I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 113 of the SZN Podcast. As always, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And guys, before we kick off the episode, please head over to SZN Podcast, which is on Instagram, or SZN Pod, which is our Twitter page. Link in the bio of both of those sites there. The link will take you to where we are streaming wise. So however you like to get your streaming, however you like to take in your podcast, whether that's audio, so Spotify, etc., or visuals, YouTube, that's all up there on that link. Make sure you guys do that and follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, Flowz, how you been, first of all? You been good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, man. Good myself. After, I guess, the excitement of last week, it's such a big episode last week.
Yeah, it was.
It's a bit of a calm down, right, Flo? It's a bit of a breather. That being said, it's fine to see how, despite the results that happened last week and what went down, there's still a bit of fallout in the sense that we're still seeing some of these girls go at it still on the timeline, which is hilarious, isn't it, Flowz? Clarissa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner, both of them are relentless. I think that's the best way to put it, right, Flowz? Relentless.
It's so funny. I can't believe it. They're still joy tweeting active like the beef hasn't been resolved.
I mean, Clarissa is a given, right? We know what Clarissa does. She's straight. The one that killed me the most for Clarissa is the way she got onto Amanda Serrano. That was so funny. Demanded her credit. That was so funny, Flowz. Amanda Serrano she sent a congratulatory tweet, but Clarissa said, "No, send me an individual one, not about the girls. Send me one directly." So funny.
She tagged all of them and said, "Yeah, I'm still waiting for them to just congratulate me."
And then Alicia and Michaela, that beef is just not going to die, to be honest, Flowz. It's not going to die. I feel like maybe one day we might see them fight again. At some point, Michaela might as well just chase her as much as he can now, because they're still active with it. So it's hilarious to see. But as we said, women, they're flying the flag, and they're beefing online, but they're actually getting in the ring to solve it for the most part. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Boy, not many fights. We didn't really any fights to review for this week. I mean, to review this week. So let's dive straight into the previews, Flowz. Probably going to be a more condensed episode compared to last week. But there are some names that are fighting next week that we would be remiss not to mention. So let's start with the biggest. Vasily Lomachenko. He's back. I think it's always worth tuning into Loma, regardless of who the opponent is. This opponent, I don't know if you're aware of him, Flowz. A guy called Jermaine Ortiz. Young up-and-coming American guy, undefeated. With probably one major name on his resume, which is Jamel Herring. He beat Jamel Herring earlier this year, actually. I think it was in May, around May time, I think. It was earlier this year. Okay. That was funny to me because I think the whole world was under the impression that Herring retired after he lost to Shakur Stevenson last year. And actually, he did retire. I'm pretty sure after that fight with Shakur, he said, "I'm done."
Yeah.
I swear he retired.
I'm sure he did.
But then, he's come out and fought this guy, this Ortiz guy, I think at 135. And unfortunately lost again, which I guess was the final nail in the coffin for his great career that he had. But good luck for this Ortiz brother. He looked good against a credible opponent. Okay, he might not be the best Herring, but it's still a very good name to have in your resume. A huge jump up from the quality of opponents that he's fought previously. And I guess the question could be asked, based on that performance or just based on what we've seen from this guy, does this Jermaine Ortiz guy have enough to upset the apple cart against Vasily Lomachenko next week, Saturday? Flowz, I'm here to say he doesn't.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, this is almost like to me, it's almost like a Haney Camboy situation in the sense that this Ortiz guy, young up-and-comer, he's obviously got something in the locker, he's good. But there's a huge skill gap here. Massive skill gap. Levels that we won't be able to overcome. And we're probably going to see another Lomachenko piece in, to be honest. Just like who he pieced up last fight? Was it Nakatani?
Yeah.
Was it Comey or Nakatani? He was one of these guys.
It was Comey.
Comey.
Comey's the one where he was telling the ref to stop.
He was telling the corner to pull him out, and yeah. I think it was Comey. We're probably going to see the same thing to be honest, Flowz.
Yeah,
we're going to see this young guy get pieced up. I think this is too soon for this Ortiz brother, to be honest. If you look at the opponents he's fought in his resume, and then Heron, to go from that to Lomachenko, who is probably still at the peak of his powers, is a crazy jump. Obviously, he probably backs himself. They offered the fight to him. Lomachenko was looking for a fight. This guy's a top-ranked fighter anyway, so it makes it easy. Makes sense. But yeah, man, I don't really see Loma being in trouble by this guy, to be honest. I think it's going to be an easy night's work. Hate to say it, but that's just the levels. That's the levels, Flowz, isn't it? You can't overcome that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think, what can you say? Really, huge step up. Like it's not even like he's worked his way to Lomachenko. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to diminish Heron because Heron is cold. Obviously, we've seen the decline in him with age and after the Shakur beatdown because it was a sudden. Ortiz, I still need to see more from him. Really, truly, I'll be real. But yeah, Lomachenko's he looks strong as well in the last two outings since the Teofimo loss.
He looks
good.
It looks like he's come back for a vengeance, Flowz, to be honest.
He stopped Nakatani. Kobe somehow survived, I think. He didn't, but
he spared him. Flowz, he spared, perfect way to put it. He spared his life.
He spared him. He spared Kobe.
No, I'm just laughing at how the way he was telling the ref in his corner to pull him out.
Like he was backing off at points where he had him hurt.
Yeah. He was switching, Flowz. He was limited.
But he's not been out for a while. We haven't seen because that
Loma. Since that Comey fight, I guess.
Okay.
Which was in end of last year, basically.
Time ago.
So it's basically a year layoff.
But yeah, we expect Lomachenko to do the business, and if Ortiz can do it, that's huge.
That is a because this is even bigger. That's an even bigger upset with the Teofimo one because Teofimo was rated. Yeah, and Teofimo run through a bunch of guys in the division and was stopping guys disgustingly in division. Like what Teofimo did to Comey was crazy. Do you remember that, Flowz? What he did to Comey was insane. And Teofimo was highly regarded, highly touted. So it was kind of cool upset, but we knew Teofimo. We said it on this pod, it was almost a 50-50 almost into the fight. But for this Ortiz brother to do it, when his only good opponent of note is Comey, Heron.
Heron, yeah.
A finished Heron, if you want to put it that way, or Heron that retired and came out of retirement. Yeah, that's a crazy, crazy upset. And that's a superstar. That's straight away take it to superstardom. But yeah, obviously we know boxing, and yeah, he's just gonna get angled to death like most Lomachenko opponents do. It is what it is. No slight to the kid. I just feel like it's too soon for him.
I don't know how they arranged this one. You've always feel like they fed him to.
That's close. I was gonna say that's it. They've literally fed him into the wolves. Lomachenko needed an opponent to keep busy. Also, we know that Lomachenko is we think the plan might be to fight, depending on what goes on. But obviously, whether it's Haney or Shakur, right? Those two really are the potential Lomachenko opponents. He needs to keep busy, obviously. Haney's just gone through Kambosos twice. Shakur's just moved up. So he's probably going to have a fight at 135 before they get it on. He can't sit, since it's been a year layoff, he can't stick around. So they had to find someone for him. And Lomachenko, even, to be honest, I feel like he's still quite hard to match make for.
Yeah.
Almost. I feel like people, apart from the real ones like Shakur and Devin, who've been calling him out from day one and said, we want to fight him. I feel like a lot of these men never really wanted to fight, never want to fight Lomachenko. Let's be real.
I give credit to Kambosos. Kambosos wanted to fight him.
He called him. Yeah. Shout out to Kambosos.
Kambosos was after that money. No, I respect Kambosos. Kambosos wanted to fight people.
Yeah, he did. I give him that. He did say from day one that, look, if you can't make it with Haney, Lomachenko, let's get it on. So, yeah. Shout out to him. But yeah, they definitely fed this kid to Loma just to appease Loma, keep him busy. This kid, I think losing to Loma at this stage of your career isn't a black mark for you too tough. You can bounce back because he's kind of meant to lose this fight, unfortunately. But yeah, it's good to see. I always look forward to tuning into Loma because obviously you just get beautiful boxing, right? You get beautiful footwork, beautiful angles, beautiful hands, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be good to watch him. And I hope he carries on the sort of mean streak that he's on and he means business and he calls out these men, whether it's Shakur or Devin Haney. He's probably going to call out Devin because I feel like he wants those belts. Shakur probably be in attendance. So see what we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, expecting the Loma victory here, easy one. I think I asked you last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, Flowz, do you have a preference in terms of whether it's Haney or Shakur next for Loma? Obviously, you said the caveat with Haney is that he might have to move up because he's struggling to make weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that fight is possible for one more, it's got to be the undisputed one, surely.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Who do I really want to see Loma in with next?
Yeah.
Tank.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Unfortunately, it was never happening.
that beef's been the longest one. Or them, it's not even been beef, but them talking about fighting each other has been the longest one. I think Shakur's ready, Haney's ready to fight Lomachenko. I'll happily see them too.
Yeah.
But I need other man to start getting in big fights as well. And I can kind of see why Haney might be like bun Lomachenko because he was Lomachenko's mandatory. Yeah. And Lomachenko,
not Loma. I was going to say, yes, please, because Loma said that wasn't me. You know it wasn't me.
Yeah, Bob Arum, because they wanted to keep it in-house as well. I know that's why they petitioned for him to be elevated to franchise champion. And it kind of almost, that messed up boxing for a long time. Yeah. Especially that division. That messed up. That started the whole email champ thing. So I can see why Haney might be like bun you. But I think Haney wants to fight, so he will take it. But I'll see either one of them. But undisputed, obviously, is the bigger one.
Quick question, actually, Flowz, because I know you've been very vocal about getting people out of here. You know, people who always say they're welcome and stuff. Are you trying to see Lomachenko out of here?
He brings a lot to the table.
Okay, cool.
He still brings a lot to the table.
Yeah, cool.
I don't think either one loss now retires him.
Yeah.
If he like fights Haney and loses, I still want to see him in with Shakur. I still want to see him in with Tank.
Yeah.
These other men who've kind of fought all their peers and are just hanging around. Yeah. They need to get out of here. People have been avoiding Lomachenko.
Yeah, 100.
Like the big fights that we want to see. So, like we said after the Teofimo fight, if they ran it back, Loma was going.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. The way that fight was going towards the back end, Lomachenko was moving crazy. I said, boy, if not for that amazing last round from Teofimo, we pulled it together that last round, it could have been a different story because Loma was finishing like a train. So,
So, that type of exciting fights I still think are out there with Loma.
He has to stay at 135, though, to be honest. He shouldn't entertain going to 140. Unfortunately, those guys are just way too big for him up there. So, stay at 135. Yeah, him and Shakur, hopefully one day. So, to be honest, I say one day. I'm positive. I'm quite confident it's going to happen because they're both top rank. And top rank fighters do tend to get it on. It's easy to make it in-house, as we say. So, I'm quite confident that's going to happen. Shakur and Lomachenko at some point. They know each other very well, all that kind of stuff. So, I hope we get treated to that. It's a beautiful night of boxing right there. Cool. Let's move on to, I guess, the other sort of big name that's in action next week. Katie Taylor. Obviously, women's boxing is all the rage right now. And it's almost as if Kate, obviously, given what we've sort of been seeing with Alicia and Michaela and Savannah and Clarissa, it's almost as if Katie Taylor's name just has been sort of been, I won't say pushed aside, but overshadowed by what's been going on and who the best women's fighter is and who's the real number one, who's the girl, etc. Obviously, we can't forget KT, who I guess she kind of got the ball rolling with the women's boxing thing, to be honest. And fresh off the back of probably a fight of the year candidate with that war with Maya Serrano. She's defending all her belts against a lady called Karen Carabajal, undefeated opponent. I guess this is just a standard defense for her. It's in London. I'm sure she's gonna sell out there. I'm sure. I think where is it? Is it the SSE? Yeah, SSE Arena in London. Probably gonna be a sellout. Her fans tend to turn up for her. It's good to see her back because I think we both said that. I think we both agree that she's accomplished everything now. She can really call it a day now, and that Serrano fight was a cash out, right? Unless they run it back, but it seems like she's still intent on keeping it going.
I'm surprised it's in London again because I'm sure they talked about her fighting back in Ireland.
In Ireland, yeah. I think the stipulation for that Flowz was the rematch. If they could rematch with Serrano, they got to do it in Ireland. I feel like that's what was agreed upon. But I don't actually know what's happening if there will be a rematch with Serrano at this point. I thought they were going to run it back immediately, but
So Serrano's had a fight since, right?
She has, yeah.
Oh no, she was meant to.
That Jake Paul card, right?
Yeah, she was meant to, but
no, she has had a fight since. She fought in September, bro.
Oh, did she?
In Manchester.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
On the
Parker card. Yeah.
Joyce Parker.
Yeah.
On the card. Okay, yeah, she did. That was a random twist.
that was a really random addition to that card. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I think it was pay-per-view as well. Yeah, of course. Okay. I don't know much about this Carabajal.
No, I don't either.
Don't know if her record's solid or not. But what you can guarantee with Katie Taylor, it's gonna be a barnstormer. Yeah, it's gonna be action involved.
Yeah.
She's either gonna piece it up to death, or she's gonna be drawn into a slugfest.
Yeah.
So it's always gonna be entertaining with Katie Taylor.
I still reiterate, Flowz. I feel like if she's gonna have one more fight, so like I said, she's achieved everything, undisputed.
Yeah. What's
left for her now? Do that final cash out fight in Ireland as a rematch with Serrano. I think that'd be great. Lovely way to end. If she can win, she goes out on top in front of her home fans with all the belts, and then that's it. I still maintain that. I just don't see what else there is for her now. She's fighting for the love of it, but who is she going to fight? She's not going to fight Clarissa Shields. I don't really know who else. Who else is in that? I don't really see who else she can fight, really.
They can do like rematches with like Tasha Jonas or
Isn't Tasha's even? She's moved up a couple of weight classes now, isn't it? She's like twice now. I feel like.
Yeah, she moved up one and then two more. I swear. She moved up.
I know she's moved up a couple. That's how I know. It's Serrano really, Flowz. I can't rely. It's Serrano or bust really.
She's
especially given how close that first fight was. So
running back in Ireland. But I was just surprised she hasn't been back to Ireland more. All the fights in London, man. Or New York.
London or the UK or New York, yeah. I'm trying to find when her last fight was that was in Ireland.
Bro, I'm making sure she's fought there.
She might not have even fought there, That's crazy. No, she hasn't. She's never fought in Ireland. That's crazy. Yeah, she has to go out in Ireland. She has to do at least one more fight in Ireland. And hopefully it's Amanda Serrano, but even if it's not Amanda Serrano, she's got to fight in Ireland. That's ludicrous. Bear in America, Bear in London.
Bear in London. I'm surprised. Okay, but we'll see. Expect a Katie Taylor W.
Yeah, I'm quite confident in that one as well. I don't really see what else how she can lose this one. Obviously, credit to this. Obviously, I'm sure this Karen girl is good, undefeated or whatever. So she's worked her way up to the mandatory slot. She's got to be good, but expecting Katie Taylor to have too much class for her on the night. That's it for previews, to be honest, Flowz. Like I said, it's a bit of a chilled week based on the crazy week that we had last week. But there's always something to talk about in boxing. So let's get to these announcements that have come out recently in terms of fights. I'm gonna be honest, Flowz. These fight announcements that we're going to discuss, it's 3 or 4 stinkers. All rubbish fights. I was when we were talking earlier, I was thinking about how all these fights are crap. These are fights that no one wants. Just boo, just rubbish. Stinker to the end of the year, man. We'll start with the big one, the big boys. The one that was basically done anyways, like a couple of weeks ago. Tyson Fury's fighting Derek Chisora on December 3rd at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's confirmed. That's in. That's punched in. It's now on Queensberry sites. The tickets are on sale. Frank Warren's
First process happened.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
I was on a clip, but I didn't watch it. And the clip almost made me want to watch it, but I was like, "No."
Nah, was Derek moving mad?
Yeah, Derek said, "I'm going to call," and he heard. He knows how to set up. He knows how to. Frank Warren was rattled.
That's so funny.
And he heard.
I'm gonna have to tune in for that now because that's hilarious.
And he heard.
Wait, so
was it Frank Warren's shoulder rolling?
Yeah. So Eddie's not involved in this one, I'm guessing.
Nah.
But I'm guessing Chisora, is he actually signed to Matchroom or is he got a fight-by-fight deal with them? Because Dylan White actually isn't signed to Matchroom, but he works in him fight-by-fight. I feel like that's... Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Chisora is actually signed to them. I think it's just...
fight-by-fight.
Yeah. So
that always makes it easier, I guess. Actually, I might tune in now because I think Chisora is going to bring some drama in the presser. But what a stinker of a fight, Flowz. This is a fight no one wanted. Everyone's reaction has just been like, wow, boo, tomatoes. Like, it's a terrible fight. And it's more so, obviously, not only is it a bad fight, it's just more so the fact that, obviously, Tyson tried to pull a fast one again, which we said he would. Where he's done it a couple times now. It's smelly from Team Fury, but we know that's what Tyson does when he wants to sell out a fight or, he wants to hype the crowd up. He'll call out, he will lie on AJ's name and use that for clout when he has no intention of fighting AJ. I'm pretty sure Chisora's had this contract for a while now, right? A couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And unlike with AJ, there was no deadline, right? There was no
call out, no video,
no social media. Yeah.
No cutting, no saying negotiations over, no shouting. The contract, this version of the contract was with I remember seeing it maybe on the 29th of September or the 28th of September. It was basically with them for 21 days. Yeah. 21 days and no hurry up, son. No, time's running out. This is the deadline. You have to sign by today. None of that. The teams were allowed to get on with it.
Very, very interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
21 days, the contract, this version of... Because remember, back before AJ fought Usyk, there was a video call out to Derek Chisora saying, sign the contract. Sign the contract. Tyson Fury. So
that was
August? August.
Yeah.
I remember it clearly. Listeners, go find it.
This was before he then retired afterwards again. Yeah. And then,
You say, sign the contract. He was like, fight me, Derek Chisora. And if you remember as well, remember time ago when Tyson Fury drew out a plan. Remember, he said he had a plan.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it was...
What?
Deontay Wilder.
UFC brother. Was this... They included the UFC guy?
I can't... I know... This is what I remember from it. I'm sure he said Dylan White, Deontay Wilder, Dylan White, and he's going to retire with Derek Chisora. Do you remember he had like a 5-year plan or five plan? Yeah. And this is essentially what he's actually doing it. Because he said, Dylan White deserves a shot, so I'm going to give him a fight, and then I'm going to do the trilogy with Derek Chisora. This was time ago. Yeah. So it's interesting that this is what's happened. But he's now talking about he's going to have 20 more fights that he's never retiring. So listen to that guy.
But as from a competitivity standpoint, this fight is kind of wash, as we know. Fury's beating this man twice. I think the second time was the Pika version. That's when he made Chisora quit in his stall. You question, does Chisora have a chance? Well, it's heavyweight division, so of course anyone has a puncher's chance. But yeah, this is a better version of Fury than the Fury that retired Chisora in his stall all those years ago. It's a much better version of Fury. And this is a Chisora that since then suffered, 12 more losses or something like that. So it's that gives you the scope of just how much of a mismatch this is. Chisora will come with what he does. Will come bombing forward, heavy punches, etc. But Fury's gonna have way too much class, and for him, and it's just, again, I'm not saying that Fury should be fighting like obviously as a defense. I'm not saying he should fight like the best in the world, for example. But I'm sure you can find a better person to have your defense against. This is a voluntary defense, by the way. I'm sure you can find a more credible. I'm not saying Chisora is not a credible opponent, but I'm sure you can find a more live opponent to have a voluntary defense against than Derek Chisora, who is 40 now and had 13 losses and has been in the game for a damn long time. Like, come on, man.
You know what's funny? It's just the contradictions within the Fury camp, because they've all said Tyson's interested in the big fights now. He's not interested in fighting no names and all of this and that. He wants the biggest, best names. And here you are picking out Derek Chisora, a guy who's lost 3 out of his whatever fights. He's lost to your boy twice.
4 out of 7 or something. Man. He's
lost to Joseph Parker, who just took a beating. Go fight Joe Joyce. He's your stable mate.
Yeah.
Go fight Dubois.
Yeah. That's a credible opponent. 100%.
Yeah, that's people want to see those fights.
Yeah.
People wouldn't mind it. But Chisora, it's crazy.
Shocking. Crazy. And obviously, Frank's been quick to say that the pre-sales really sold out and they're on track to sell at this Tottenham Stadium. I'm sure it will do. But
I don't think so.
You don't think it will sell out?
I guess we know that especially ticket sales are driven by casuals.
Yes. I feel like this is an easy casual money grab, to be honest.
Because they're both names that people know, that casuals will know. But hardcore boxing fans, even standard boxing fans, are disappointed by this one.
Yeah.
Even the average.
Everyone I know is saying this is shocking. I can't rate Fury for this, blah blah. People tell me they won't even tune in. Like, people who tune in for every fight. Like, I'm going to boycott this one. See, we're gonna have to cover it when the time comes. We'll cover it, but it's not gonna be pretty, Flowz. It's not gonna be pretty. So that's stinker number 1. Stinker number 2. This is more disappointing from my end, but it appears that Terence Crawford has signed on to fight David Avanesian. Actually, it's not a stinker of a fight. It's not actually it's a much more live fight than Fury Chisora.
Yeah,
but it's just disappointing because obviously we thought we were close to a breakthrough in the Spence Crawford negotiations.
I knew we were close.
Okay, no, we were close, but obviously we heard the rumblings. You're thinking, oh, finally.
Yeah.
Those negotiations hit a hard brick wall. Both sides are blaming each other, especially for more. Well, we were just seeing Spence blame Crawford's side, saying they don't really want it. And then you're also hearing stuff that Crawford's camp aren't really happy with the terms Al Heyman's put forward, that kind of stuff. But regardless, that's off for now. Lord knows if we'll get it next year. Who knows? But it seems like now Crawford's signed on to fight David Avanesian. And he's receiving a lot of critique from this. Team Spence are firing, saying, clearly, he never wanted to fight. He's wasted my time, blah, 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 blah. Avanesian's been in the mix, I guess, with these people in terms of him fighting these guys. And Flowz, I know you've been very, very, let's say, vocal about saying that Avanesian isn't on these man's level and he shouldn't be fighting these brothers. But he's landed himself a Crawford fight. So shout out to him.
I'm saying he shouldn't be fighting these men.
Oh, he should. Oh, okay.
The level he's been fighting have been nonsense.
Oh, yeah. You see, I remember now. Yeah,
but he needs to get in the mix and fight serious names.
He's fighting the killer, and he's probably gonna get killed. But he's fighting the killer. So shout out to David Avanesian. Big, great look for him. And again, it's more competitive. I feel like obviously I think Crawford's going to beat him. Crawford's probably going to stop him actually. But Avanesian, I feel like the way he fights, because he's come forward, he's aggressive. It's going to make it's tailor-made. It's tailor-made for Crawford, to be honest. Avanesian's style is tailor-made for Crawford, but at least it'll be somewhat competitive. I feel like in portions before Crawford gets him out of there.
Yeah, it's obviously Terence Crawford's been inactive for some time ever since he left ESPN, so he needs to run out. And the way these negotiations have been going, they've been crazy. Both fighters want it. If the the stories are to be believed, Terence Crawford agreed a tiny split, like 35%.
Yes.
Agreed money up, guaranteed purse.
Yep.
But he wants to have viewership of what the spend is, the budget is.
He basically just wanted to be transparent with the accounting. Basically, I think show us what is going into it. Al Heyman was like, apparently no. That's what.
And that's a fair request if you're getting guaranteed. So once again, it seems like Al Heyman's.
That's why I had to go at him the other day. You know, like I feel like sometimes he does more harm than good, but.
And if you can't, a basic request like that is dodgy. So it seems like both fighters want it clearly. But now what's sad is Spencer's talking about moving up, that he can't make this weight anymore.
Yeah. Very, very sad. That very, very sad.
But I
mean, to be honest,
we'll have it at 154. I don't care.
And to be honest, we've talked about Spencer's weight for a long time. In that question, how does he make 147? Because Spencer's huge. We call him a weight bully. You know,
he started at 154 as well. Remember?
Sorry.
He started at 154.
Yes, he did start at 154. Yeah,
it came down to bullies.
He's been killing himself for 10 years plus. So it's just a damn. Look, Flowz, if we don't get this fight, it's such a crying shame, and it's a damn indictment on boxing, to be honest, because these two are in their prime basically now. The window is there, and the politics has ruined it. So it's a damn shame. This is the only fight I want to see at this point in boxing. It's the only fight I want. It's only fight I wanted for 5 years.
It's sad because for 5 years. First it was get a belt. Then it was what's it called? Other side of the street.
Other side of the street. Yeah,
other side of the street. He left that side of the street. He's in the middle of the road, and we still can't get it.
Yeah, sucks, man.
Spence, his desire is undisputed. Crawford's desire is undisputed. They both just want to fight each other.
And they both rate each other as well. That's the thing. They both really respect each other. But
and we still
smelly,
still not getting
smelly. Smelly.
We blamed Bob before. It's clear we can blame Al Heyman now.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not yet. I've not lost interest yet, but in a year's time,
you're starting to lose it.
Yeah,
right.
Because I don't want this to be a case where we get this fight when they're both out their primes and whatnot. Because even now, like we're flirting with it. Spencer's had a car crash, an eye injury.
Yep.
We're flirting with it now, and it's getting dangerous territory. Before, luckily, Spencer's looked good after those things. Because if he didn't, then
you'd be pissed off. Yeah,
exactly. So let's not dilly-dally anymore. If you don't get this in a year, then you're out of your primes in my eyes.
No, I agree. All right, just quickly then, final one to touch upon, stinker number 3. Dylan White is in action. To be fair, it's not really, again, I'm being harsh by calling it stinker. It's just he's coming back against a guy called Jermaine Franklin, someone that we don't really know of, some American guy.
Rookie.
He's a rookie. The biggest name on his resume is Rydell Booker, which says a lot. But undefeated American. Fighting Dylan White at Wembley Arena. When is that going to be again? That's going to be in November 26th. Good to see Dylan White back out, I guess. Obviously, need to come back. Based off that Fury fight was peak for him. Obviously, get back on the train, take out this American, does it in good fashion. He's back again, I guess, looking to make these big fights. But just the opponent just took me by surprise because it's a guy we've never heard of whatsoever. So both of us were like, huh?
Yeah, heard of him, but just never seen him fight.
Never
seen him fight. And I think Rydell Booker, someone who was locked up for 14 years, coming off a 14-year layoff.
For having that, having that as your biggest name in your resume, your resume is not looking healthy. Can't lie.
Stunned that Rydell Booker is still fighting, but he's entitled to make his money after. So, but I don't think White gets any props if he wins this. But it's more a confidence boost. You can say he beat an undefeated, whatever. If he loses now, my goodness,
boy. Let's not go there yet, but boy,
if he loses, because he could,
and it's interesting that obviously now White's got a date. So I'm now looking, guess ears up to see who AJ gets. If they still plan to go December, be interested to see who AJ's. That's been scrapped then. No December.
Yeah, it's going to be early next year. Han said.
Okay, fair. Yeah, fair enough. Man, that's it. 3 stinkers announced. And obviously, as a boxing pod, we're gonna have to review them when the time comes. But yeah, we've let you know now. We let you guys know the drop now. But let's call it a day there, Flowz. It's been episode 113 of SZN Podcast. Once again, I'll be your boy Cam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And keep liking, subscribing, supporting. Peace.
You taking a strap? I'm strapped up.
7, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.